Deathtrap, 1982. It's a good movie. I like it a lot. I think I'm a bit more enthusiastic about filmed stage plays than most people. I like movies where people talk to each other. I'm not a massive fan of very visual movies. Obviously, there are exceptions, and I'm not saying I don't like really visual movies, but 5 minutes where no one says anything or the characters can barely say more than two sentences to each other, I find those to be, they can be a wee bit boring. Definitely, I like a good chunk of dialogue, I like monologues. I find generally when you watch a movie that has a lot of dialogue, to the point of being too much, I'm thinking like Kevin Smith movies like Clerks or Whit Stillman movies such as The Last Days of Disco and Barcelona. I kind of find that as long as there's the occasional pause, it will go to an establishing shot and we'll hold it for 20 seconds, just, 20-second pauses where the characters just don't talk for a bit. Then you can go through, 5 minutes of non-stop chatter, just as long as there's the occasional pause. Anyway, all I'm saying is I like filmed stage plays. They float my boat. There's five fairly large roles, really four. One of them is a lawyer character. He gets a bunch of dialogue, but he's really only in maybe one or two scenes. So it's a small number of characters in a very small number of locations, essentially one house. There are other actors and locations where they've obviously expanded the stage play, but it's minor, it's not large extensions, and no one else really gets more than a few lines. So it is essentially just a small stage play, and it is a good stage play. It's a well written story. It's an interesting story. It's well written with good dialogue, and the actors are good. I'm not sure what Christopher Reeve's reputation is as an actor, uh, if he's respected or not, but he is good in this movie. Uh, I don't know Diane Cannon. If I've seen her in another movie, then I don't know. She's never made any impact on my memory outside of this one movie. I believe she was married to Cary Grant. Cary Grant. I don't know. She was good in this movie anyway. But Michael Caine definitely is the standout. He is very good in it and very funny, and he is given good, funny dialogue to say as he shouts, such as when his wife is following him around and he shouts at her, "Don't hover." It made me laugh. He also shouts out arsehole twice in the one monologue to Christopher Reeves, and it's just the way he shouts it, he's just so desperate. It's very funny. It's a good story. It's a good movie. I like it. The one character I'm not massively, I don't like a great amount, at least in the past, was the psychic character. It's a slightly contrived character. I think it's really just the European accent. Uh, I think previously when I've watched it, I've not been a massive fan of that character to the point of finding her to be slightly irritating. I found on this viewing she was perfectly fine. She fitted in okay. The European accent didn't annoy me or anything like that. She was fine. The ending, the very ending, the way it's filmed because of lightning and there's blackouts and sometimes the screen is just pure black. I've always in the past, I think, found that to be quite annoying. I don't like the way it's filmed, the very, very climax. But on this viewing, I think because I know what's happening visually, it's not confusing to me because I have seen the movie a few times. It was fine. No, it was filmed fine. It wasn't irritating. but in the past I've found it to be slightly irritating the way it is filmed. I think also in the past I've complained that the ending is slightly abrupt, but on this viewing I felt it got to the point quickly. There really was no other story to go on. The movie could have been 5 minutes longer, but would the movie be better with another 5 minutes? Maybe, maybe not. It was fine, I had no great issues with it. It's a wee bit like North by Northwest with its famous super quick ending. It's quite abrupt, it's fine. So, yes, I like it. I would give it 8 out of 10, which means very good. Talking about stage plays, film stage plays such as Wait Until Dark, one movie I would actually recommend, and it's very obscure, is The Sisters. You've probably almost certainly never heard of it, and it's not some great, amazing, super amazing, brilliant film. It definitely has its deficiencies, but I like it, and I think because essentially no one has ever heard of it, I think it's worth recommending it if you can get your hands on it. It's got quite a good cast, it's a stage play. This is worth watching.